Okay, we're down in the finishing room now, and I started shellacking the chest of drawers. And I first got started with 2 coats of shellac first, and the next step will be to scuff sand the entire piece. Okay, we're going to go over it with 320 grit. Okay, just finished tacking off the dust with some cheesecloth and some alcohol. Okay, now the next step is going to be to start to color match. We've got new wood, this cherry, which is actually not going to need much color. It's nice and dark cherry to begin with, so that's not going to need much. And then we've got the feet, which need to be colored in. And the sides, looks like they had what was originally called a red oxide wash. And I'm going to do a little bit of enhancement on that to give it a little more color. To do all of our coloring, we're going to be using dry pigments in shellac in different combinations. And these dry pigments are called fresco colors. Okay, down on the legs here we've got tulip poplar, which is much lighter in color than the cherry. And the back feet are the same. So we need to start darkening these up to match the cherry. And the first step is to take some red mahogany dye and start giving it a background color. Gives it the orange background color of the cherry. Same thing on the back feet here. We're going to put some dye on that first to give it the orange background color before we start trying to color it. Okay, now we're going to start to bring the color up to match the existing color. And I've got my pigments mixed. And just out of experience, I know what colors to mix together. And we're just about right on with the existing color. Okay, same thing with the front feet here. Got my colors mixed. A little different combination. And we're going to start to make this look like the cherry. On the sides here, we're going to enhance our the original red wash, and it's going to use Venetian red and a little bit of burnt umber. Okay, now what we want to do is begin to get this new cherry to match the columns. So we're going to do a little bit of enhancement on this to bring it up to this color. So again, I've mixed some different colors together, similar to what I did before. And one important thing to note is we do this in layers. We don't try to get the color all at once. Might have to come back with a couple different passes and then gradually build the color up to where we want it. Okay, any place we see little spots of paint, we're just going to do a little touch up on those. Once again, the shellac and pigments. And there's quite a few spots around the chest of drawers that I'll go around and do some touch-ups on. Okay, one thing we want to do is do some darkening in the corners. You want to make the corners look dirty. And a little on the edges here. Also going to add in some distress marks. Yeah, make it look like there's nicks in the corners. Alright, we're done shellacking. I ended up putting about 6 coats on. And then we rub down the finish. First with a pass with 4/0 steel wool. And then rub it down with wax and steel wool. Okay, now we buff out the wax. Okay, I've got some reproduction knobs from mail order, and we have to color those in to match the rest of the cherry. And the first step is to use the red mahogany dye again and give them a background color. Okay, now we have to color the knobs. We've let that dye dry, and now we're going to use the shellac and pigments again and color them in. And then put a few coats of shellac on them just by dipping them in the shellac. Okay, we're at the final step, putting the knobs on. Okay, we're all done. We've got our cherry chest all completed. Just to review, remember it was painted blue. We stripped off that blue paint, and we had a beautiful cherry top here. Beautiful bird's eye maple fronts. If you remember, we had to put veneer on the rails and the posts and make new feet. And then got some new cherry knobs. We colored those to match. I think it looks terrific.